Hey guys, Delaney Chapman here, Umpqua Signature Tire, sitting down in the Anglers All studio, and today I'm going to teach you how to tie Tommy Lynch's D&D Deceiver. Getting started on the back hook here, I have a Gamakatsu B10S. This is a size 1. Because this fly's bigger, I did go up to a 100 Denier GSP from Veevus. We're going to start our thread wraps here at the front and work our way to the bend of the hook. And I'm gonna stop right about the point of the hook here and tie in a holographic black Flashabou. And secure this and then fold it over itself. Like so. Once I've got that done, I've already prepped these, but this is a yellow Schlappen feather. I'm gonna tie these in on the side of the hook, and I've measured these to be about the size of my middle finger. Measure your second one out, be the same length, and do the same thing. Then with these stems, I do like to tie them all the way up to the front. Once we're back, I'm going to tie in a olive UV polar chenille. And go back up towards the eye, but I'm going to leave some space here because we're going to tie in some rabbit strips. Trap that off. Cut it clean. Right after we've palmered up our polar chenille, we're going to tie in a golden olive Zonker strip. Just slightly at an angle there. Just like this. Lock it in. There's scissors. Put this up his hair. Then we're going to tie in our Mallard flanks. I'm going to measure these out to where it covers everything up and just barely kind of starts bleeding into our tails. And to really lock it in, I like to fold that stem up and then tie it back down. And for this one, I am going to do 2. My friend. I'm going to put a little bit of zap on this thread. And then finish it with wood finish. Moving on to our front hook. This is a Umpqua X Series Beast hook in a 3/0. I'm going to start my thread just down from the eye because I'm going to throw deer hair there in the front. And right from there, I've already prepped this, but I've got 3 killer Caddis beads and an intruder wire running through my back hook. I'm going to tie those in. As I work my way forward here, I'm gonna run a small system where I pick this intruder wire up, do wraps underneath it, lay it back down and go over it. Kind of gives that wire a bite so it won't slide through. It's off. I'm going to apply a little bit of zap. Work my way back down. All right, from here, I'm going to take my golden olive Zonker strip again. Tie this guy back in. I'm not going to do a lot of wraps here, just a few. Look at that. Kind of clean it up. Then we're going to tie in our UV olive polar chenille again. And start to palmer that up just like we did on the back hook. Once we finish that, we're gonna take a few wraps back after finishing our polar chenille and tie in our Zonker strip one last time. Really trap it down. And we're gonna palmer it up. Right there. Come in here with my scissors. And cut that clean. Then we're gonna add in our Mallard flank. I'm gonna measure these guys out so that they're just slightly kind of running into the back hook there. Do the same thing on the other side. And I'm gonna do, just like I did on the back, I'm gonna do 2 feathers on each side here. I do those. My scissors, trim those out. And I'm going to grab one more pretty big hank of flash. And just like we did with the back, I'm gonna lay these down. And then fold these guys over. Just like so. I'm going to trim these up. Like that, and we'll get started on the head. I've cut out some yellow belly hair. I'm just gonna kind of get a quick measurement for my collar. Counterclockwise spin on my thread. I'm gonna go 2 loose wraps to really pull it down. Once it starts to flare on me, I'm just gonna start working my way through those hairs. Just like so. I'm gonna do another stack of the yellow deer hair. Same thing, I'm gonna do 2 loose wraps here. Once I see that hair flare, I'm gonna let it go, and it'll start to spin around the bend of my hook. Take our packer. Advance my thread forward. This time I'm gonna take an olive belly hair so I can get a little stripe in there. I'm gonna go 2 loose wraps. Trying not to trap any of the other hairs in there. Wait for that flare and just spin it around. Take my packer again, push it all back. Advance my thread. And this time I'm gonna do one more, but I'm gonna go back to my yellow. Loose wraps and spin it around. Like so. Get all this out of my way. I'm going to do a whip finish. And we're going to go into trimming this head. And starting on the bottom, I'm going to make a flat cut. Like so. I'm gonna come to the top. I like to do just a small curve in this head. You don't have to, you can do a straight cut, but I like to give it just a small curve. As you get close to that collar, you can put your finger down to pull your collar down. And kind of get those last hairs that you're just not able to cut. Flip side. And I'm just gonna kind of keep working the angles and trim it down to the size I want for my hook. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my scissors, come in the bottom here, just get a clean cut straight across. Try to get all these guard hairs out of here. All right, once you're happy with the shape and the size of your head, you're gonna add on 2 living eyes. I'm using a 6mm and the color is Fire. And then I'm using Loctite to glue those in. So I'm gonna put a small dab on the head. And do the same thing on the other side. So making sure they're even. Perfect. Then I'm just going to take a Solarez Cure and just put a small layer of UV. I'm going to brush it across the entire head. This helps hold it together, kind of gives it that swimmy action that you like to see. Once you're done with that, you're gonna cure it. And that's the fly.